Time for the weekly update. I haven't been exactly prompt on weekly because our grill outs stopped last Friday with the rainy weather. Had a great season out there. Appreciate everybody that came and helped us make celebration out of the Fridays through the summer. But as to an update on the project in Clifton, we are in the process now of pulling the permits. We've met with Reese Campbell and with our architect and engineer to revise the drawings for finality, because we have made good use of the delays of time to do a couple of re-engineerings to make the store that much nicer. Because I can assure everyone that while there's been the delays, in my mind's eye every day I've been walking through that store trying to visualize how it would lay out, and I think we have come up with a very, very nice store for the area that we have to operate there. The restrooms will now be up by the front door closer. The produce prep area will be closer to Midway store. Many efficiencies that we put into the store. And plan on opening a commissary in the lower level so that we can actively get involved with catering and prepared foods and specialty products that will ship straight upstairs, not over a conveyor, but a dumbwaiter. Very excited about what will actually be a new part of the whole proposition, which is I think we're going to call it the Gaslight Catering. Haven't decided that exactly, but that's a very exciting project that's developed out of this. We have had a number of just unprecedented, unexpected delays from almost everyone in the picture that has always taken anywhere from 5 to 7 days to get packages ready for review by other people up the food chain. And right now that package is sitting in California with the SBA. Something that just to show just how I want to use the word silly that things are, but the purchase contract said that it was 45202 Clifton, and the real address is 45220. And for a minute there, and still might be, they say they may kick it back to have the purchase agreement redone. Well, that's just silly. That's the kind of delays we've been going through this whole process. In accounting, that's called a transposition error. That's where two numbers get flip-flopped. It's often done in typing. The whole world knows what the land is, the deed, the title search, all that stuff. It's not like we're playing silly games here. The whole world knows where it's at. So, but that's the kind of silliness that gets these things delayed. We expect to be announcing very, very soon the construction schedule. All my oars are in the water to be able to do that. Obviously, we got to have a closing date from Fifth Third, and we're anticipating to have that by midweek to hopefully sooner if possible. With the closing date in mind, then we'll be able to announce a construction schedule, which Reese Campbell's already starting to work on, as they've already got the roofers coming back to the drawing board to reevaluate the project since it was almost a year ago now. We're pulling the permits, as I said earlier. We are... as it relates to the city, we secured a letter of credit for the $550,000 the city had promised. We have not asked the city to discontinue that effort, because we now would be in a position to evaluate whether Program A or Program B is the best one. City is continuing to work on that package. They still do not have it in front of their board of review. And through my efforts with my warehouse and other people that have supported me, we've at least been able to that gap, and now we'll be in a position to say if we want to finance it with them or with someone else. Have not decided as of yet, because we have yet to see all of the conditions that the city is now going to be putting upon us. But on a positive note, they did pass the real estate tax abatement, which is consistent in amount to what the LEED certification abatement program had. I can say that while the LEED certification is a very, very nice certification for our economic, environmentally conscious efforts, while we are now going on another path, I would like everyone to realize that most of the expense for that has already been incurred through the demolition process. We recycled, we sorted and recycled. That was at a certain. We would bore a lot of the expense with that, but when having to choose a fully new package of equipment versus some of it which would be refurbished, we decided that we didn't want to wait any longer to get this thing off the runway. So we have happily said we've got this tax abatement now, so our budget for real estate taxes is still intact, and we appreciate the city for their ability to pass that. There was only one councilman who was not in favor of that, and I won't mention him by name, and I'm not sure why he was of that thinking, but all other council people passed it unanimously with the exception of one vote. So that's very, very good. I think there was an article in the paper about that. Frankly, I've been too busy. I didn't see it, but continue to have great responses from everyone that's supporters of us. We're obviously very anxious to get it open. I have one little thought that I might want to share with people, and that is that, and that is for all of those people that have friends and neighbors in other communities, they might remind those people how important it is. As you all know how sad it is to lose your hometown supermarket, your community store. Is that the future of the community stores is really has been an ongoing challenge. And I would just encourage people to advise folks before they lose their community stores that they make every effort to give feedback to the owners and the operators, because if they are like me, they wish to be successful and they wish to continue to provide the services, that draw large crowds of people. And by no means, most people might think that an owner knows everything that's going on in his store and knows the goods and the bads and all that stuff, but they really need the input of the people, and they really need people that are unhappy with the service level, unhappy with a condition in a store, unhappy with a product line. It would be really, you might be surprised how responsive people would be if you just take the time to speak up and let people, because I think it's going to be an ongoing pressure point throughout America, but certainly throughout the city of Cincinnati. We are very, very hopeful that this store does as well as it does, so that we can very quickly move to looking for a downtown Cincinnati location, which our commissary would also be able to support. We think there's a lot of viability going on in the city, and very, very anxious to get our footprint down solid. I grow more and more excited as I get closer to the finish line. But really, once all this financing paperwork is done, that's when the real work will begin. Tom, am I going too long?
No, you can close it up.
I was just going to say is that I anticipate very soon being able to more actively recruit people for the project. I very much am going to want to form some citizen groups wherein we get more very good feedback on product lines as we start to allocate, space in our shelving for what they want and need, and would be wanting to have easily available, and want to make it as great a shopping experience as ever can be had. We absolutely want this to be a point of destination for people outside of the confines of Clifton too, to find a very comfortable place for the type of store that they want. So very anxious to get into the fresh meat. We got some brand new ideas that are trends that are just starting in New York that we put in there, and more to be said about that in the weeks to come.
Okay.
Got some really exciting stuff to talk about here, and I'm anxious to get past all this finance and start talking about selling neat and exciting way to buy produce, deli, fresh seafood, all the other good stuff that goes along with that, wines, cheeses. Can't wait till I'm out of the mode of talking about finance and into the mode of talking about milk and eggs and bread and all the good stuff we like to put on our tables to serve our family and our friends.
Great.